Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Happy Meadow Tales. I'm your host, Steve Kitts. Gene and Joyce, Geese. As a warm breeze swept across Happy Meadow, Robby and Benny spotted an older goose couple, Gene and Joyce, struggling to gather nesting material near the edge of the pond. The elderly geese moved slowly, their feathers ruffled with the wind, as they pecked the ground in search of suitable twigs and leaves. Concerned for their friend's plight, Robby and Benny hurried over to lend a helping paw. "Is everything all right, Gene and Joyce?" Robby asked with his voice filled with compassion. Gene and Joyce glanced up, their weary eyes brightened with the sight of their young friends. "Oh, Robby and Benny, it's good to see you," Gene said with his voice a tinge of gratitude. "We're trying to build cozy nests near the edge of the pond, but there's been quite a struggle on our part." Benny nodded in understanding, his heart going out to that elderly couple. "Don't worry, Gene and Joyce. We're here to help," he replied, a determined look in his eye. With that, Robby and Benny went to work, helping Gene and Joyce, scouring the meadow for the finest nesting materials they could find. They found a lot of cool stuff around Gary the goat's area. Man, that guy eats everything. Together they gathered soft feathers, sturdy twigs, fragrant flowers, each piece carefully chosen to create a cozy haven for the goose couple's new home. As the sun began to set and the nest took shape, Gene and Joyce looked on with gratitude, their hearts warmed by the kindness of their young friends. "Thank you, Robby and Benny. We couldn't have done it without you," Joyce said. Her heart and voice was filled with emotion. Robby and Benny smiled. Their own hearts swelled with pride at the sight of the completed nest. "It was our pleasure, Gene and Joyce. We're always here to help," Robby said with a voice tinged with sincerity. And so, as the stars twinkled overhead and the moon cast its gentle glow on Happy Meadow, Robby and Benny, Gene and Joyce stood together, united by friendship and the bonds of kindness that bound them all together. The end.